Hi, it's a little bit noisy in here because I've got the dishwasher running. My spouse is on his way back from Brittany now. He's going to be here a bit after lunch, I hope, but I'm sure he'll be hungry and tired. So I've got his bread thawing over here. I should probably wrap that in a tea towel. We keep the baguette frozen. You can wrap them in a tea towel and freeze them here. You can't keep bread in a bread box here in France. It doesn't work. I've made a recipe here that you might be interested in. I've been meaning to share it with you. See, I made homemade bread last week. I'm not very good at it, and I was curious to try it again, and I did, and it came out very, very well. And it's very cheap to make your own bread. But what I had left got stale. So what I did was I put some goose fat in this glass dish. And if you don't have goose fat, you can use butter. Please don't use margarine. Margarine is very, very unhealthy. And at the bottom of the pan is some prepared mustard, you know, Dijon mustard. Quatre épices, which is a French staple spice. That's ground clove, ground nutmeg, ground cinnamon, and ground pepper. I added a little bit of sea salt and a little bit of white ground pepper. And combined with the broken up stale bread is some butter and a little bit of cheese. And here I have some leftover buttermilk, you know, the end of the container of buttermilk, and some regular milk and one egg. And I'm going to pour it over this. Now, I keep powdered milk in the house, and I really recommend it for when you don't have fresh whole milk. I keep powdered whole milk. And back in the States, I learned this recipe with Worcestershire sauce, which is very hard to get here in France. It's called sauce anglaise here, and I have no place that I can buy it, so I didn't add any. And this is going to go in a hot oven now. And this will, ideally, you should let this sit for about 12 hours in the refrigerator before you bake it. But I'm just making it now, and I've done this before. I know this is going to work, and I'm going to add some water and powdered milk into this as added liquid if necessary. It really comes out better when you let it sit in the refrigerator for about 12 hours before, but you don't have to. So that's going to heat up. And we're going to have a piece of meat. I've got to stop using foil. I think this is beef. I don't remember what this is. And the zucchini, this is enough for 2 people, this little zucchini. I will grate it, and macerate it in sea salt for a little while, and then fry it with a small sliced onion and some olive oil. And I have no idea why that is so delicious, but it really is. It tastes sort of like mashed potatoes. And this pepper is getting a little bit old, a little bit tired. This I'll probably saute along with the meat. All right, stale bread, don't throw it out. Old milk, the bottom of the container, or which has gone a bit sour, you can use it to make... this dish was called scalloped cheese back in Ohio. There's my messy sink, my messy kitchen. My spouse is actually not crazy about this. It's not a very French thing. But we used to really enjoy it in the United States, and it's very cheap. It's very filling, and with a little bit of vegetable and a small amount of meat. You know, that's going to be a more than adequate lunch for 2 adults. Okay,